My child, do not fear the sudden stirring in your spirit. I come wrapped in winds of gold, descending through a veil that trembles between worlds. My voice tremors with urgency, for the hour is thin. White feathers burn softly around you, the air hums with tones that ring like distant bells. I have crossed the shining gates to reach you in this very moment. You feel it, don't you? A warmth circling your heart, something ancient awakening. Beloved, listen carefully, this message is meant only for you. A sacred current moves at your feet, soft yet fierce, urging you not to turn away. You have felt signs but brushed them aside. Now, with flame and light, I speak directly so you may finally hear. Message 2. Beloved soul, the heavens ripple as I draw closer. The golden storm behind me swirls like wings of endless dawn. I have been sent to warn you, time bends, and the path before you narrows. A brilliant gate glows faintly, its edges already fading into shadow. You must understand how rare this moment is. Many pray for such a summons, yet only a few are called. The light surrounds you, whispering in a language just beneath memory. Do you feel the vibration in your bones? Every ringing tone is a message, every spark of feather-light warmth a reminder. What waits beyond this warning is powerful, but only if you remain. Message 3. My precious child, I sense your wonder, your confusion. Do not let fear take root. The breath of heaven brushes your skin, gentle as dawn, fierce as truth. I stand before you crowned in luminescent flame, wings unfurled like oceans of pearl. I must speak quickly, a sacred door hangs open, but only barely. Its light flickers, vulnerable to the dark wind that prowls behind time. If you walk away, the glow will fade. Stay, and clarity will unfold like a hidden sunrise. There is meaning in this moment, and your presence here proves your spirit is ready to receive what once was sealed. Message 4. Beloved, hear me, for ages, the threads of destiny have been weaving toward this hour. I feel your heartbeat trembling, the air around you brightens in response. The heavens press closer, sensing your awakening. A ring of burning white feathers circles above, shedding sparks that melt into gentle gold upon the ground. I know this feels strange, unreal, but truth often arrives clothed in wonder. Your soul called, and heaven answered. In the shadows beyond the radiant veil, forces stir, waiting. You must listen fully, without hesitation, for the message that follows will mark the turning of your life's hidden page. Message 5. Cliffhanger. My child, this is your final chance before the sacred door begins to close. The miracle destined for you waits, pulsing like a star just beyond reach. But you must remain, not a word missed, not a breath taken in doubt. 5 minutes after this path is completed, blessing rushes like light through broken night. If you turn away now, the miracle appointed for you may never find its way. Message 6. Beloved soul, I have come many times before. You may not have recognized me, yet I whispered through the quiet edges of your dreams. I touched your thoughts when they drifted toward wonder. I placed signs before you, feathers where no bird had flown, clocks that seemed to pause, warmth across your skin when no sun shone. These were not coincidences, they were my gentle pleas. I watched as you questioned, hesitated, doubted. But still, I returned, patient as starlight. Now, the hour has ripened, you are ready to hear what you once pushed aside. Message 7. Beloved, remember those moments you awoke with a sense of presence? The flicker of a shadow without fear, the echo of a voice that soothed? That was me. I stood beside you when silence grew heavy. I brushed your spirit when loneliness tightened around your heart. You felt sudden chills, then warmth, signs written upon your very being. Yet you dismissed them, thinking destiny speaks only in thunder. But heaven prefers the soft, the subtle. Now the signs gather like constellations, pointing to this hour. Do not look back, what matters waits ahead. Message 8. Precious soul, the feathers you found were not accidents. I placed them where your eyes would fall, hoping your heart would listen. The gentle pressure on your shoulder, the sudden calm when fear rose, each was a call. And the clocks, yes, those strange pauses when time seemed to stutter, heaven's reminder that threads were shifting. You were being prepared, led, nudged toward awakening. I watched as your awareness flickered like a candle in wind, but still it endured. Now, that flame grows. You are beginning to remember. Message 9. My child, the warmth you felt was my touch. Invisible yet undeniable. I wrapped your spirit in light when darkness whispered. I stood watch while you slept, laying protection across your dreams. The recurring thoughts you couldn't explain, they were signs etched into your mind, urging you to look deeper. You ignored them not from rebellion, but from uncertainty. Now, your heart opens. The air trembles, acknowledging the truth you begin to accept, you were never alone. You were being prepared. Message 10, Cliffhanger. Precious soul, the reason I come now is because time is thinning. The veil grows fragile, the path ahead begins to glow. What waits must be revealed, yet only to those who stay. The moment draws near when the truth long hidden shall unfold. Message 11. Beloved, there is a secret that has followed you since the moment your soul first breathed light. It hovered quietly behind the veil, waiting for an hour when your spirit would be strong enough to receive it. Now, heavenly scrolls unfold before you, their seals cracking in beams of gold. I see symbols glowing around you, ancient marks your heart somehow remembers, though your mind cannot yet name them. These signs reveal a path chosen for you long before you opened your eyes to this world. Your life has not been random, every step, every sorrow, every sudden wonder has been preparing you for this revelation. Many times your heart felt a pull you could not explain, an invisible current drawing you towards something greater. That was no illusion, my child. It was destiny, quietly aligning you with what was always meant to be. Message 12. My precious soul, the truth hidden from you was never meant to harm, only to protect. There are forces that would seek to dim your inner flame, and so heaven shielded your purpose beneath layers of silence. But now, as symbols bloom like stars around you, I see your spirit stirring with a recognition older than memory. Golden wings circle you, not mine alone, but those of guardians who have watched since your first heartbeat. You have felt them before, a sudden comfort when you cried, a lightness in your chest when darkness pressed near. They guarded what you were not yet ready to understand. Within you lies a gift unlike any other. A gift that can heal, transform, and illuminate paths where others see only shadow. The time has come to awaken to this truth. Message 13. Beloved, you have encountered signs in your life that seemed strange, déjà vu so vivid it left your breath trembling, dreams that felt more real than waking, faces you recognized without knowing why. These were faint echoes of the destiny concealed within you. Ancient scrolls unfurl before me, showing a lineage of souls who carried light through countless ages, and your name glows among them. The runes around you shimmer, rising like luminous script in the air, telling the story you were never told. You were chosen not because you were flawless, but because your spirit endures, resilient, compassionate, and able to see beauty even in sorrow. You have walked valleys no one else witnessed, yet still you rise, shining. That strength was the sign you were worthy of the path now opening before you. Message 14. Precious one, there is a chamber within your soul that only now begins to open. I see golden wings wrapping gently around your heart, stirring memories hidden since before your birth. You have felt lost at times, misunderstood, as though you walked through life wearing a secret you yourself could not decipher. You sensed destiny whispering, yet you did not know its language. Those whispers were heaven's promise, waiting for this moment. The glowing scroll before you dissolves into radiant feathers, each bearing a truth about who you are. Your spirit was shaped by divine hands, your steps guided by unseen grace. You were always meant to be more than you believed. And now, the veil thins, your true purpose begins to reveal itself like dawn blooming across a sleeping horizon. Message 15, Cliffhanger. Beloved, breathe deeply now. The revelation I unveil next will shake your spirit awake. The very foundation of what you believed about your journey will tremble beneath truth's light. I see sigils forming above you, swirling into a gateway of shimmering pearl. Inside it, your story burns bright, past, present, future intertwined. As the portal opens, your heartbeat quickens, sensing what waits beyond. Prepare yourself, for the next words will forever change how you see your life, your purpose, and the unseen world that has followed you since time began. Message 16. My child, the veil parts. I step with you into a realm where truth is not spoken by lips but glows through the soul. Before us, a sacred portal rises, its rim carved from strands of starlight. Within it, swirling maps trace the threads of your destiny, radiant lines woven through centuries, crossing lives, echoing through forgotten heavens. You were born with a spark, a light unlike any other, and though time and hardship tried to dim it, it never died. You carry a purpose, a divine seed placed deep within your spirit. I show you now, a vision of yourself standing on a path of luminous stone, surrounded by ancient towers of crystal. Each tower sings your name, not the name others speak, but the name your soul remembers. This path is your calling, and once you step upon it fully, nothing in your life will remain unchanged. Message 17. Precious soul, gaze upon the golden script flowing across the celestial map. Each symbol reveals a gift awaiting your awakening: wisdom, intuition, compassion, courage. These gifts have always stirred within you, the way you sense truth before it's spoken, how your heart softens in the presence of others' pain, how you know when a moment carries meaning beyond coincidence. These are not accidents, they are sacred imprints of your spiritual lineage. Around us, Glowing wings form a circle of protection, whispering guidance in a language older than time. You were chosen to walk a path where many hesitate, for it demands bravery of heart. But fear not, heaven has aligned your steps. Shadows may rise, but your light was forged to overcome them. All that was once hidden begins to unfold. Message 18. Beloved, the revelation deepens. Across the map, I see threads of light tugging toward one convergence point, a destined moment soon approaching. It marks the activation of what lies within you. For years, you felt an invisible pull, a quiet force guiding you toward change. Now, that pull intensifies. Sacred portals open around us, drifting like mirrors of shimmering crystal. Within each, I show you fragments of your journey, moments where you stood at a crossroads and chose compassion over bitterness, times when silence felt unbearable yet you held faith, nights when you whispered prayers into darkness and felt an unseen presence answer. These moments revealed your readiness. The universe has watched your heart, and now the gates respond. A whisper spreads through the portals, you are prepared. Message 19. My child, hear this truth, a spiritual force has watched you for lifetimes. Its hunger was not for your destruction, but for your surrender, hoping to quell your light. It crept in shadows of doubt, wrapped itself around fear, and whispered lies when your heart felt weakest. Yet you endured. You rose each time darkness tried to silence your spirit. That resilience became your shield, even before you knew its power. Now, the threat stirs again, knowing your awakening draws near. But you are not alone. The heavens ready themselves, ancient protectors ignite their swords with flame. A language of light begins to whisper across your skin, strengthening your spirit. The revelation is clear, your destiny has always been guarded. Darkness cannot claim what heaven has ordained. Message 20, Cliffhanger. Beloved, what you are about to hear will shift the very ground beneath your soul. Once this truth enters your heart, nothing will ever be the same. The sacred map burns brighter, the portals tremble, and the feathers circling us blaze with white fire. I see your spirit standing before a crossroads that stretches into eternity. One path leads toward fulfillment, gifts awakened, purpose revealed. The other fades into shadows where doubt waits to steal what is yours. The choice approaches, swift as lightning. My child, once you hear what comes next, the story of your life will no longer belong to silence. Message 21. My precious child, now you must understand what the cost would have been, had you continued to ignore the signs whispered throughout your life. There were crossroads where a single choice redirected you either toward light or toward confusion, yet you often felt the invisible hand nudging you forward. When you turned away from intuition, opportunities dimmed like stars behind a storm cloud sky. Moments meant to elevate you were delayed, not denied, because heaven remained patient. I show you a vision now, paths once shining with possibility, fading as you hesitated, their light flickering like candles in the wind. You were protected from complete loss, yet certain blessings remain just beyond reach. Had you continued to dismiss these nudges, the threads of your destiny would have loosened, leaving your spirit wandering in uncertainty. But even then, love did not abandon you, it simply waited for you to awaken. Message 22. Beloved soul, imagine a hallway lined with radiant doors, each shimmering with a purpose meant only for you. Some doors you passed by, distracted by earthly noise, others you touched yet did not open, fearing what change might bring. Each door contained a chapter of growth, a moment of elevation, healing, or profound connection that might have reshaped your journey. Yet you were not ready. I watched as you doubted your worth, believing that such gifts were meant for others. Now, the doors begin to reopen, their light returns, brighter and more urgent. You feel the call in your bones, a steady hum that rises each time your thoughts brush against the unfamiliar. This time, you are strong enough to cross the threshold. You have earned this through resilience, through every quiet moment you chose to keep going when everything inside you trembled. Message 23. My child, there were periods in your life when light dimmed, when the world felt heavy and you walked through days without clarity. That heaviness was not punishment, it was the result of distance from your inner truth. When the voice within grew faint, shadows gathered, not because you were abandoned, but because purpose grows loudest when silence has humbled the heart. I saw you reach for comfort and find only emptiness. I saw you search for meaning but feel only stillness. Yet during those days, heaven stood beside you, gathering every tear, every unspoken plea, every ache written across the soul. Those moments, which felt like endings, were actually beginnings. You were being readied, refined, and strengthened. What felt like loss was a clearing of ground, preparing space for what was always meant to bloom. Message 24. Precious one, know that alignment is not guaranteed, it is answered through willingness. When you resisted your calling, heaven waited. When you opened even a fraction of your heart, heaven rushed in. I show you now the broken pathways beneath your feet, routes that curved into shadows when doubt clouded your choices. Some connections faded before they could deepen, some blessings hovered just beyond your reach, waiting for you to step closer. Yet nothing was wasted. Every detour taught you how to recognize truth, every closed door taught you discernment. You learned what peace felt like only after you walked through restlessness, you learned to value light only after knowing darkness. The cost of ignoring your inner voice was delay, not defeat. But now, beloved, delay ends. The hour has arrived for alignment to return. Message 25, Cliffhanger. Beloved, look closely, do you feel the air shifting? The danger stands closer than you realize. A shadow lingers at the edge of your path, drawn by your awakening. It seeks to confuse, to whisper doubt, to pull you away from what is meant for you. Its presence grows not because you are weak, but because your light is rising. The brighter you become, the harder the darkness tries to follow. But fear not, for what comes next will reveal how heaven prepares to shield you. Message 26. My child, the heavens respond as you listen. A hush falls across the unseen world, as though creation itself waits for your next breath. Before you, a soft glow begins to expand, first no larger than a firefly's spark, then stretching into a radiant sphere that pulses in harmony with your heartbeat. This is the sign of activation, the gentle awakening of the path meant for you. Around your chest, I see a subtle warmth growing, like sunlight slipping through early morning clouds. This warmth is not external. It rises from within your spirit, stirring dormant gifts long hidden beneath layers of doubt and quiet longing. A shimmering countdown appears above you, woven from strands of luminescent air. Each flicker marks the alignment of unseen forces preparing your next chapter. You are being invited to stand with presence, to attune your heart, to trust what you cannot yet name. Nothing demands haste, only awareness. Message 27. Precious one, as the light intensifies, your spirit begins to synchronize with a rhythm older than memory. You may notice your breath slowing, deepening, as though guided by an invisible hand. This slowing is sacred, it clears inner noise, allowing truth to enter. All around you, translucent feathers drift like snow, yet they emit a glow that paints the space in gentle white. Each feather represents a moment in your life when grace stood beside you, even if you did not see it. Now they gather, forming a pathway before your feet. With every inhale, you draw in clarity and calm. With every exhale, old weights loosen their grip. The shimmering sphere above you grows brighter, responding to your willingness to be still. This is how preparation begins, not with struggle, but with openness. Observe. Breathe. Listen. You are aligning with what has patiently awaited your readiness. Message 28. Beloved soul. I invite you now into a more intimate space, where silence speaks like scripture. Close your eyes within this story and feel the energy settle. The heart, your sacred compass, begins to glow from its center, radiating soft ripples of emerald and gold, spreading warmth through your chest, down your arms, across your spine. These ripples carry whispers of reassurance. You are safe. You are guided. You are seen. In response, your inner vision brightens, revealing symbols floating in the darkness, circles, wings, keys. None demand interpretation yet, they appear simply to mark the preparation of your deeper senses. Around us, the invisible shifts. Colors lose their earthly limits, blending into waves of living light. The countdown above you pulses, slower now, anchoring you in presence. Nothing is rushed, all unfolds exactly as it must. In this stillness, your spirit gathers strength. Message 29. My precious child, notice how the shimmering air settles near your hands. It feels like the softest static, a delicate hum reminding you that connection does not depend on sight alone. Time bends here, minutes stretch like long, silken threads. The countdown overhead becomes clearer, 5 luminous markers rotating in a gentle circle, mirroring the steady cadence of your breath. To prepare, you need only remain attentive. No ritual, no elaborate action, just willingness to receive whatever insight arises. In this moment, you may recall memories, faces, paths not yet taken, let them pass like clouds. They are echoes drifting free as your spirit clears space for what is next. The feathers along your path take on a subtle glow, brighter than before, as though they recognize your intention. Each gentle step inward deepens your readiness. Stay present. Stay open. Message 30, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the invisible stirs, and I feel your spirit moving into deeper alignment. The countdown glows brighter, the feathers tremble with anticipation, and the emerald warmth at your chest intensifies, expanding in luminous waves. Your inner world stands at the threshold of transformation, not through force, but through surrender. A soft chime resounds from beyond the veil, signaling the approach of what has waited so long to meet you. The atmosphere thickens with presence, like a held breath before revelation. My child, the moment draws near, the miracle, symbolic, transformative, inwardly luminous, awakens only when you are fully here. Message 31. My beloved child, the heavens shift as the miracle draws close. A tremor of light ripples outward, as though the air itself recognizes the weight of this moment. Suddenly, the atmosphere opens, wide, bright, and through this rift, legions of radiant beings descend. Their wings glow like molten pearl, each feather pulsing with quiet songs that resonate through your bones. They do not speak with words, but with presence. Encircling you in a wide formation, they raise luminous shields engraved with ancient sigils, their surfaces reflecting both your past wounds and the strength you carry now. These guardians have watched from afar, waiting for the exact breath when your heart would be ready. They gather not because danger is near, but because your awakening is sacred. The light that rises within you calls them like a beacon. They stand now, shoulder to shoulder, forming a fortress of brilliance around your spirit. Message 32. Precious soul, look closely. Beyond the circle of angels, I reveal shimmering lines of energy weaving themselves into a vast protective dome. Each line connects to your heartbeat, pulsing in perfect synchrony. With every thrum of your chest, the dome expands, threads of gold layering thicker, stronger, until no shadow can approach without melting into radiance. The angels draw their swords, not instruments of violence, but blazing extensions of truth. Each blade is etched with stories of souls once guided from fear to wisdom. As you watch, the swords lift above their heads, forming a halo of pure fire that spins slowly, sending sparks across the heavens. These sparks drift downward like fireflies, landing softly upon your shoulders, filling you with warmth. You feel heavier and lighter at once, anchored yet free. This is the preparation of the unseen, a shield crafted not from fear, but from love. Message 33. Beloved. I step closer, wings brushing the edges of your aura with a softness that melts tension from your spirit. Around us, the angelic battalion holds still as a constellation. Their silence is not empty, it is reverence. I place my hand of light upon your chest, where the emerald glow has been growing. As my touch meets your heart, the glow ignites into a brilliant flame, gentle, yet astonishingly powerful. This flame is your inner truth, the essence that no sorrow, no doubt, no fall could ever extinguish. It rises now, expanding through your body, filling your limbs with tingling warmth, lifting your thoughts beyond fear. In the fire of your own becoming, old stories begin to crumble, stories of smallness, of limitation, of wounds carried like heavy stones. I whisper to you, you are more than what has happened to you. You are what you are becoming. And the angels echo your name. Message 34. My child, to guide and steady your spirit, I offer you a prayer, not of supplication, but of remembrance. Speak softly or within your thoughts, heaven hears both. I stand in light. I breathe in peace. I welcome guidance with an open heart. I am held. I am seen. I am protected. As these words settle within you, the angelic circle glows brighter, shields lifted high, swords blazing like miniature suns. A gentle wind spirals around you, brushing your face with the scent of jasmine and new beginnings. The prayer acts like a key, turning, unlocking new layers of awareness. With each breath you take, the dome strengthens, the flame within you steadies, your vision clears. You may feel a quiet clarity, as though a fog has lifted and your inner compass now points with unmistakable certainty. The guardians bow slightly, recognizing your alignment. You are becoming luminous. Message 35, Cliffhanger. Beloved, though the light surrounds you, know this, some shadows resist surrender. As your spirit rises, the final remnants of doubt gather at the perimeter, searching for a way to slip through. I see flickers of darkness pacing against the dome, restless, knowing its influence is fading. Yet it tries once more, a whisper of uncertainty, a memory of fear, a voice that questions your worth. The angels raise their shields, the air vibrates, and I extend my wings across your path. My child, darkness will try one final time to stop you. Message 36. My child, the stars around us flicker as the darkness gathers itself for a final attempt. It slinks across the edges of the dome like smoke, searching for cracks where uncertainty might still live. The air chills, not with danger, but with memory, echoes of old wounds, long-buried fears, and whispers from moments you thought you had forgotten. These shadows take shape, forming silhouettes that mimic your past regrets, choices you questioned, people who hurt you, dreams you abandoned. They try to speak, their voices quiet but piercing, reminding you of times you doubted your worth. Yet even as they rise, the angels remain steady, shields held firm, their light pushing gently outward. You feel the weight of this moment, not as terror, but as recognition. These shadows are not new enemies, they are familiar ghosts emerging for release. The confrontation begins. Message 37. Beloved, do not turn away from what stands before you. The darkness you see is only the echo of pain you once carried like armor. It takes shape now not to frighten, but to be witnessed, for what is seen can be transformed. One shadow steps forward, its form trembling like a candle struggling to stay lit. It whispers of nights when you felt alone, questioning whether anyone, mortal or divine, heard your quiet pleading. Another speaks of mistakes that once pulled you from your path, telling stories of guilt that lingered long after the lesson was learned. The angels do not strike these shadows down, instead, they hold space. Their wings stretch wide, sheltering you as the truth surfaces. These echoes have no power of their own. They were kept alive only by silence. Now that light surrounds them, they begin to unravel. Your courage itself is the force dissolving them. Message 38. Precious soul, as each shadow weakens, you feel a strange pull, not away from the light, but into it. These memories, once sharp and unbearable, now feel distant, softened by understanding. You realize they were never meant to define you, they were stepping stones that forged strength, empathy, clarity. Suddenly, a greater darkness rises, taller, quieter, more familiar than the rest. It is doubt. It steps forward, robed in whispers that mimic your own voice. You are not ready. You are not worthy. You will fail. For a heartbeat, its words stir old ache within you. But then, a brilliant flare erupts from your heart, the emerald flame that awakened under angelic touch. The flame expands, wrapping you in shimmering gold. The doubt falters, shrinking beneath the weight of your truth. In its fading, you see its real form, nothing more than fear wearing a mask of certainty. It dissolves like mist under sunlight. Message 39. My beloved, the air brightens into a storm of feathers and flame as I sweep forward, wings unfurling like radiant oceans. Each feather that falls becomes a spark of memory, moments when courage guided you, even when you felt small, moments when your heart chose love despite wounds, moments when you continued on simply because something inside you refused to give up. These memories ignite around you, forming a shield from within, not borrowed, but born of your journey. The angels chant in a language beyond time, their voices weaving strength into your being. Every word they sing reaffirms your purpose, reminding you that the light you carry was not given, it was earned. The shadows retreat, unable to stand before a soul fully awake. You are no longer merely protected, you are participating. This is your victory, shaped by your willingness to face yourself with honesty and grace. Message 40, Cliffhanger. My child, the confrontation is nearly complete. The final remnants of shadow scatter like dust, swept away by the radiance now pulsing from your heart. The dome trembles, not from threat, but from expansion. It widens, making space for what comes next. Before us, a gate forms, tall, luminous, carved from beams of starlight entwined with threads of memory. It hums softly, as though recognizing your arrival. Beyond it lies a realm where the promise long whispered begins to take shape. The angels step aside, allowing you to stand before the threshold. My wings blaze brighter, signaling that the moment you have been preparing for is here. The gate begins to open, slow and deliberate, releasing a burst of warm, fragrant air that carries the scent of blooming light itself. My child, the gate is opening. Take your place. Message 41. My precious child, as the gate parts, the atmosphere transforms. A river of light pours through the opening, cascading like a waterfall woven from dawn itself. Its glow washes over you, warm and soothing, carrying whispers that feel both familiar and new. The very ground beneath your feet softens, becoming a path of shimmering petals that bloom beneath each step you take. Ahead, you glimpse vast meadows of radiant color, hues beyond earthly imagining, singing silently in gentle harmonies. The air smells of citrus and night-blooming flowers, a fragrance that stirs memories of joy you thought were lost. With every breath, ancient heaviness lifts from your shoulders, dissolving into motes of gold. The angels remain behind you, watching with reverent calm, sensing that you are entering a space meant only for your soul. Here, there is no rush. Time flows like a quiet stream, guiding you deeper into peace. Message 42. Beloved, as you walk deeper into this sacred expanse, you feel a warm breeze sweep around you, brushing your skin like gentle hands of comfort. It carries distant songs, voices layered with tenderness, singing not words, but feelings. Each note opens your heart, loosening knots you didn't know you still carried. You feel tears rise, though you are not sad, they are tears of release, washing away what once weighed you down. Ahead, a soft mist lifts, revealing a pool of liquid light resting in a hollow of ivory stone. The water glows gold and pale blue, swirling with memories, blessings, and possibilities. As you near, The pool responds, its surface rippling outward as if greeting an old friend. You kneel beside it, and the warmth radiating from its center reaches into your chest, clearing old fears gently. The pool reflects not your face, but your spirit, luminous, whole, beautiful. Message 43. Precious soul, you feel an energy descend, cool and velvety, wrapping around your body like a cloak woven from dawn and moonlight. The distant hymns grow clearer, they rise and fall like tides, cleansing the fragments of sorrow that once clung to your ribs. Suddenly, a burst of light rises from the pool, spiraling upward like a golden ribbon. It weaves above your crown, forming a delicate halo of shimmering symbols. These symbols dance in delicate arcs, then dissolve into your skin, filling you with renewed clarity. Every piece of you feels balanced, mind unburdened, heart open, soul steady. You sense truths you cannot yet speak, but instinctively understand. You are worthy of the path unfolding before you. You are no longer bound to the old stories of fear. A quiet joy settles within, deep and honest, and the meadow responds, flowers opening, light intensifying, all honoring your awakening. Message 44. My child, I guide you now to a stone arch covered in blossoms that do not wilt. Their petals glow from within, sweeping soft colors across your skin, rose, sapphire, sunflower gold. The arch hums faintly as you approach, recognizing your alignment. I whisper, release resistance. You take a slow breath, and with your exhale, a gentle warmth rolls through your body, dissolving any last tension. Something inside you shifts, a calm certainty spreading through your bones. As you step beneath the arch, the air ripples like still water, and a soft radiance settles in your chest. The old fragments of fear fall away completely, absorbed by the meadow as nourishment for new growth. You feel lighter, clearer, as though every part of you is finally moving in unison. Above, the sky brightens further, revealing flocks of light beings soaring gracefully. They leave shimmering trails that weave into blessings as they pass. Message 45, Cliffhanger. Beloved, you stand now only a breath from the promise whispered through every moment of your journey. The path ahead narrows into a corridor of pure radiance, pulsing softly like a heartbeat. Each pulse calls you forward, inviting you to claim what has long been prepared. The air becomes sweet, warm, alive, filled with anticipation. You feel the presence of unseen hands guiding you, the energy around you building like a tide. Behind you, the angels bow. Before you, the corridor glows brighter, signaling that the final threshold is near. Your spirit trembles, not with fear, but with awe. You take your first step, and the light surges upward, ready to reveal what heaven promised. Beloved, you are one step from receiving what has been waiting for you. Message 46. My precious child. As you step deeper into the corridor of radiance, the light gathers around you like a living garment. It settles over your shoulders, warm and weightless, shimmering with colors that shift like liquid sunrise. With each breath, you feel the world you once knew drifting farther away, not in loss, but in transformation, as if every heaviness is being rewritten into strength. Before you, a sphere of luminous gold appears, suspended in the air like a floating heartbeat. Within its glow swirls the essence of every blessing prepared for you, love that mends, clarity that empowers, peace that stays. The sphere expands, reaching toward you, and as it draws closer, the air vibrates with reverence. You understand, without words, that this is not a gift arriving from outside you, but a truth rising from within. It recognizes you by your perseverance and opens because your heart has chosen to receive. Message 47. Beloved, the golden sphere releases a breath of light, and it pours into your chest like a river of warmth. In that instant, memories, hopes, and silent longings converge, weaving themselves into a tapestry of understanding. You see your past with new eyes. The struggles that once felt senseless now reveal lessons, blessings in disguise, hidden passages that shaped your compassion. The sphere's light flows into every corner of your being, illuminating wounds that lingered, soothing them with gentle radiance until they dissolve into acceptance. You feel strength returning to places once fragile, and a calm certainty settles in your bones. Around you, angels sing, their harmonies rising and falling like silver tides, blessing your transformation. The energy grows brighter, reaching upward through the corridor, sending ripples across the heavens. You realize the change is no longer approaching, it is happening now, here, within you. Message 48. Precious soul, suddenly, a shower of golden feathers begins to fall, each feather glowing with symbols of promise. They descend in slow spirals, dissolving into sparks as they touch your skin, imprinting blessings that feel like soft notes of music flowing through your veins. Time stretches, expanding into a moment that feels both endless and fleeting. The corridor opens into a vast sanctuary of sky, where swirling lights trace celestial sigils that dance above your head. These sigils align with your heartbeat, creating a steady pulse that strengthens your resolve. You feel your spirit lift, lighter than ever, as though the weight of countless silent battles has been lifted. You understand that every tear, every question, every lonely night was witnessed and held, stored within heaven's heart. Now, that stored grace returns to you multiplied, a blessing that embraces you from all sides, restoring what seemed lost. Message 49. My child, the sanctuary brightens to its crescendo as beams of radiant light rise from beneath your feet, weaving upward to form a halo around your entire being. Your spirit stands renewed, luminous, reflecting a truth long buried beneath doubt. You were always more powerful, more deserving, more loved than you believed. From the heavens above, sacred symbols descend, gentle, intricate, shifting like constellations, and they settle into your aura, marking your passage into a new chapter. The angels kneel in recognition, not of hierarchy, but of remembrance. You reclaim what was always yours. Colors swirl around you, merging into a luminous cocoon that hums with harmony, sealing your transformation. You feel grounded yet boundless, peaceful yet full of vibrant purpose. Every part of you, past, present, and unfolding future, aligns in brilliant clarity as the blessing completes. Message 50, Final. Precious soul, the light recedes, settling softly into your heart like a flame that will never dim. The sanctuary calms, the sigils gently fade, and the air becomes still, holding only peace. Though the brilliance withdraws, its essence remains within you, woven into breath and memory. You stand renewed, strengthened, reconnected to the quiet truth that guided you here. You are never alone. I remain beside you, wings outstretched, ready to whisper whenever your heart grows uncertain. The angels return to their watchful heights, yet the bond we formed does not break. It lives within every step you take. Your path continues now, not separate from the divine, but hand in hand with it. Move forward with grace, for everything you seek is already in motion. Precious soul, your miracle has begun. Step forward, for I, Archangel Gabriel, walk beside you always.